What's going on, everyone? Today we are taking a look at a new AI-powered kids tablet. This is the TalPad T100. This tablet has AI-powered tutoring, gamified learning, and a lot more as well. If you are looking for a tablet for your children, this is definitely one of the best ones out there, as it not only entertains them, but also helps and encourages them to learn as well. Taking a look at the tablet itself, this definitely feels like a very well-made tablet, a very good and high-quality construction as well. In the front here, we have an 11-inch screen. As you can see, this is a matte anti-gloss screen. So even if you're outdoors in a very bright environment, you're still going to be able to see this no problem at all. This is also a low blue light screen, which is going to help protect your child's vision. Low blue light also has a ton of different benefits as well. So look that up and you'll see that this is a very good thing to have. So right here I have the tablet, and it does have metal all around it. Very good construction. You have the camera back here. And when this is in use, you'll put it in this case, which is also included. And this doubles as how you use the learning features. And it's also a nice protective case as well. So once they put it away, it's going to look like that. And then when they're ready to use it, all they got to do is unfold it, clip this in right here. And it now has the built-in case and the built-in stand as well. So turning on the tablet, this runs their AI-powered Genius Tutor learning system. This innovative system combines paper, screen, and voice interaction. This was developed based on the Microsoft Azure OpenAI GPT-4o model and OCR technology, which stands for Optical Character Recognition. So this isn't one of those products that use the word AI as a nonsense marketing term, but this one really does have AI built into it. All right, so taking a look at your main screen, this is what it looks like. Right here, you have an AI companion called Thinky. This is an AI-powered companion. I'll go over all the details about that shortly. But coming over here, you have your schedule, which you can create for your child. You have a learning game, some learning reading apps, and then some more learning apps here. But first thing I want to show is this right here, which is called SnapLens. This is basically an assistance, well, AI-powered assistance for your child that basically works like a parent or tutor is in front of your child. And another cool thing about this is, like I said earlier, this is a very child-focused tablet. So instead of them having to click that right there, they can just grab the little camera attachment, and that clicks on there just like that with a magnet. And as soon as you put it on there, it'll switch over to that mode right here. Since I have a book right here, I'm going to start with read along. And basically, this is a little mirror that reflects, instead of what's in front of the tablet, it shows what's on the table. So all your child has to do is grab their book. Right here I have Fly Guy, which a lot of kids will know this book. Turn it to a page, and this is basically a reading assistance program. So all I got to do is point at the sentence that I want it to help me with, and it'll automatically help me out with that. So all I got to do is put my finger under the sentence. Now you see that little loading icon on the screen.
What if he kissed a frog?
It shows what I need to read.
Let's read along. Your turn.
Like I said, my turn. What if he kissed a frog? And as you can see, it told me great job because I went ahead and read the sentence properly. Next, you have Snap Word. This will help you with individual words. So right here, I got beautiful. Say if I didn't know how to read that, I just point at it.
Beautiful.
And it tells me the word, how to say it, and what it means as well.
Beautiful.
And it's going to tell me how to pronounce it. It tells me synonyms.
She wore a beautiful dress to the party.
And it even shows me examples at the bottom. That's another way to help you read along in your book without going through the whole read along process. Again, castle. And once again, as you can see, it shows me the word and how to read it as well. So again, like I said earlier, this is basically like a tutor or teacher in front of your child. So instead of them having to go up and ask you every single time how to read something, this will make them a lot more independent and be able to do it on their own with the help of this AI tutor. Next up, we have Snap Math, and you would think this will be something like a calculator that just gives them the answer, but instead this actually sees their problem. Even with a word problem, it sees it, understands what needs to be done, and gives you a prompt that explains to your child how to solve that problem on their own. So it's not just giving them the answer off Google, but it's actually, once again, helping them be more independent and understanding what needs to be done. So right here, I have a word sheet. All I gotta do is put it in front of the camera like I have it now. Click Take Picture. And it'll go ahead and scan that worksheet. And now it's basically like a parent or teacher would. It's reading the paper, figuring out what needs to be done. And as you can see, it scanned it no problem at all. Even though it looks a little funky on the camera, it still scans it perfectly. And right here, you could see it now gives me the whole breakdown on how to solve this. Let me put this aside. So right here, the number one question is how many bottles altogether did George collect on Monday and Tuesday? And over here, it's explaining what needs to be done. So number one, understanding the problem. We need to find the total number of bottles George collected on Monday and Tuesday, identifying the numbers. George collected 2 bottles on Monday and 4 on Tuesday. And then adding the numbers. We add the number of bottles collected, and Tuesday, 2 plus 4 equals 6. So the answer is George collected 6 bottles on Monday and Tuesday. So as you can see, it does give them the answer, which I'm not too big of a fan of. So hopefully in a future version, they let you cancel that part out and just show them how to solve it. But as is, I would recommend letting them use this for the first few problems so they can kind of get adjusted to what needs to be done and then have them do the rest on their own, as pretty much when kids get a form like this, it's going to have all the same problems. So let this help them solve 1 and 2, just like you would as a parent or teacher, and then have them do the rest on their own. I printed out a few forms here. Let's go ahead and try out another one. Again, this is AI powered, so no matter what you throw at it, if it's a real problem, it's going to get the solution and how to solve it. So coming to the right side again, it says Maria has 5 crayons. She gives 1 away. We need to find out how many crayons she has left. We subtract the number of crayons given away from the total number of crayons. So it'll tell you 5 take away 1 equals 4. The answer is Maria has 4 crayons. Same for number 2, same for number 3. It gives you the whole walkthrough on how to get that done. All right, so I got another sheet here. This one has fractions on it, so it's going to be interesting to see if it can understand that image. And as you can see, it does break it down by the question. So instead of having to scroll through all this, if they only need help with number 4 in this case, they can go ahead and just click on number 4 and it'll only show you the details for that one. And as you can see, it figured it out no problem at all. We need to determine what fraction of the given figure is shaded. And it says right here, the figure is a rectangle divided into 6 smaller rectangles. Each smaller rectangle is further divided into 2 triangles. So it does all the math for you. And it, as you can see, it read it no problem at all. So it doesn't even have to be text only. It could even read diagrams and stuff like that. Here I got one with basic subtraction. They are inside of an image, so let's see if that distracts it or makes it harder for it to read. And it read that no problem at all, and surprisingly, it even goes on with the theme of the paper, because this says you need to solve the subtractions in the stars, and instead of calling them problems, it actually goes as far as calling them stars. So it says solving the first star, solving the second star, and it helps them along the entire way. So as you can see, definitely a very smart tablet that goes well beyond what regular tablets can do. Last but not least, right over here, we have Writing Tutor. So this is going to help them with any writing papers they have to do. This could be argumentative, a story, whatever it might be. And this kind of works in a discussion way to help them figure it out and get ideas.
Hey buddy, let's come up with some interesting work together. Are you ready?
Just click on that. Yes, I'm ready.
Great. First, let's decide on the writing genre. Would you like to write a narrative, expository, or argumentative piece?
Let's write a argumentative piece about kids and why technology is good for them.
Awesome choice. We're going to write an argumentative piece about why technology is good for kids. Now, grab your paper and pen. Tell me when you're ready.
And basically along the way, I'll write my story. It'll scan it with the camera like I did before and give me feedback and more ideas as well. I'm not going to go through the entire process as it's going to make the video a whole lot longer, but again, very, very helpful and pretty much like having a private tutor right in front of you. All right, so going back to the main screen, as I said earlier, you have the AI companion called Thinky. This was developed based on the Microsoft Azure OpenAI GPT-4o model, automatic speech recognition, and text-to-speech technology. This can answer questions, provide entertainment such as telling jokes or stories, or if they need help with homework, they can also just ask Thinky as well. You could say Thinky is similar to Alexa or Siri, but was built for interacting with children. Again, this is AI powered, so compared to standard voice assistants, this is actually a lot more powerful and can answer more complex questions. All right, so let's go ahead and try this out. To talk to it, all you gotta do is tap on them.
Hey,
Who is the 3rd president of the United States? Click when you're done.
Thomas Jefferson is the 3rd president of the United States.
There we go, answered very quickly.
Hey,
Tell me a joke about cows. Let's see if we can do a specific joke. about cows.
Why do cows have hooves instead of feet? Because they lactose.
And there we go. Not only can it tell jokes, but it can also come up with specific jokes that your child might want to hear as well. So as you can see, definitely a cool and useful feature on this tablet. Again, this is built for children, so it's only going to give answers and information that is appropriate for children. Here you have readers. These are basically books followed by a quiz and reading as well. So right here we got Ben's birthday. Go ahead and click on that.
Hello. Let's start our fun learning adventure together.
And first you have read, speak, and then quiz on that book. And this is categorized by levels. That goes all the way up to level 12. Next we have ebooks. And as you can see, it's a whole entire store of ebooks basically. But keep in mind, this is not a store. Any book they want to read, just click on that. Tells you what it's about. They want to read it, start reading. And just like that, they now have an entire book right in front of them to read. So your kid can never complain about not having something to read, as there's just an endless amount of content in here. And they also have their own private bookshelf in this app. So if they have some books they really like, they can add that to their favorites basically. And then coming over to data, this also shows you as the parent their reading status, their accuracy, how many words they read, and how long they read as well. Up next we have adventure. As you can see, this is basically a whole entire game built around learning. Got different tabs here. Just click on one. Come on. And you got problems here. So this is basically more like a workbook with different problems for them to solve. So I'll recommend having them do this for a certain time every day and then let them go over to the more fun stuff later. And you have different subjects here as well. You're brave. Come on. And then clicking on that gives you the question. I'll go over it later, but there is a feature where you can program what they need to do every day and give them, say, 30 minutes of this that day, next day do an hour of this. Basically make your own curriculum on the tablet for them to follow with a little bit of fun, a little bit of games. And then you can also have regular games on this as well. So maybe you want to have them play Roblox, you can also put that on there. And then put a time limit on that. Again, I'll go over that app in a little bit. Next, you have Learning Path. And you got 3 categories here. You got hoppers, which is ages 3 and 4, leapers 4 and 6, and then gliders, which is ages 6 to 8. And we have up here math and reading. So let's go ahead and click on hoppers. And as you can see right here, this is a 8-month study plan, 2 times a week for ages 3 and up. Each little tab here is once a day, but each of them is a video that guides them through learning. But it doesn't just do it in a you're learning kind of way, but it makes it more like entertainment. So clicking on day 1, let me show you a little bit of what this looks like. First you have learn and then practice.
I don't know how to count them accurately.
So this one's about counting.
How should we count the number of these seaweeds?
So basically, it's going to guide them with cartoons along with guided instructions as well. So your kid's not going to feel like they're learning. They're just going to sit there and be entertained, and without them knowing it, they're learning how to count. So cool to have that in there. Again, kind of tricking your kids to learn and make them want to learn instead of just boring them with a basic sheet like this. Next, you have Math Go. And these apps I'm showing you right now are all pre-installed with the tablet when you buy it. So this one is much more of a regular game. You basically get to walk around this 3D metaverse here. And to get on that launcher, you got to complete your studies. So if they want to continue the game, they got to go ahead and do the math that's presented to them. One thing I want to say is do not underestimate the power of gamified learning. I remember back in the 90s, I used to play these games called Math Muncher and Reading Muncher in school. And when playing those games, I did not think that I was learning. It was simply a fun game that made me do learning stuff to play the game. So in my head, I wasn't thinking, oh, I got to solve this math problem. I want to get this guy to the next area in the game. So the math problem didn't really feel like math to me. It felt a lot funner. Even as an adult, I play a game called Beat Saber. It's a lot of working out, a lot of moving. By the time you're done with the level, you're sweating and you lost 1,000,000 calories, but I'm not thinking of the actual working out process because I'm focused on the games. So like I said, definitely a very powerful tool to have kids learn through games, as for them, it wouldn't feel like actual learning. Like if you put this in front of them and tell them to do these problems, they're going to be bummed out about it. But put that game in front of them with the same exact problems and they're going to do it no problem at all. Last but not least, right here we have Swipy. This is a kid-friendly app that blends education and entertainment, pretty much like a child-friendly version of TikTok where you simply swipe up and down to scroll through content. And this uses AI to generate a bunch of interactive content. including word games, stories, and quiz challenges. So bunch of different tabs here. Right here we got banker, answer that. The kid likes it, go ahead, check mark, and that's going to give you more of that because they like it. And like I said, pretty much like TikTok, but instead of a bunch of random videos, it's education they can swipe through and just entertain themselves with that. And this is pretty much endless. This is AI powered, so you can just keep going and it's going to keep generating more and more feeds right there. So as I said earlier, you have your parental control app, and this shows you all the information for your child's learning. So how many questions they did, how many points they earned, how long they were on the tablet today. And it shows today I did it for 41 minutes and what they spent that time on as well. Coming over to device, you can set screen time limits. You can set that for every day, how long you want them to be able to use the tablet. You have downtime limits. So when you don't want them using it at night, playing on their tablet, you can go ahead and turn that off right here as well. So you do have full control of everything that happens with the tablet. And as you can see, I turned downtime on. So it shows you the screen here that says you reach your daily limit. Please come back tomorrow, and turn that back off. And as you can see, it came back on. And then right here, you have manage apps where you can give them access to or deny access to certain apps. So right now I have YouTube Music disabled. You want to turn that on, you can just authorize that. And you can enter a time limit as well. So say if you want to put Roblox on this tablet, you could say they only have 30 minutes of playtime, add that right there. And once that time is up, it'll tell them on the tablet and they'll no longer be able to use that. So very good to have that parental control app, as you can check on everything and control the app right here from your own device as well. Another feature I almost forgot to mention is this tablet has a built-in incentive system. So as they're going around and completing all these tasks, they earn stars up here. All they gotta do is click on that icon and they have an avatar that they can customize by spending those stars. So the more tasks they complete, the more in-game currency they have and the more items they can get for their character. So another cool way to further influence and incentivize them to complete the work in this tablet. As I showed you earlier, the tablet includes this case by default, but they also have a keyboard accessory that I highly recommend getting. As you can see, it has a keyboard and a mouse. So it basically turns the tablet into a laptop experience. So you can use this pretty much like a Chromebook to type and click through things. So if they want to play games on here, maybe use the internet, you can do that as well. When you're ready to go, all you gotta do is fold it up like that and it folds like a laptop. Or you can also unattach it from the keyboard as well and just take the tablet like you would with the other one and leave the keyboard behind. So definitely a very flexible case that adds a lot more value to the tablet. Overall, this is definitely a great kids tablet. It feels well made, it works well, and surprisingly, it's very affordable as well. All in all, I would highly recommend this tablet, which again is the TalPad T100. This tablet will be on Indiegogo from now to mid-April and is currently at a much lower price compared to retail. So if you are interested in this tablet, right now would definitely be the best time to get it. If you would like to purchase or get more information, I'll have the link in the description. And I also shared a link to their Instagram page where you can get updates, giveaway announcements, and more. All right, well, that about wraps up this video. As usual, if you have any questions at all, feel free to drop me a comment and let me know. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.